This particular story is going viral, and it's sad to see that one way or the other it could have been avoided and shouldn't have gotten out of hand. A particular man, Mr. Emekeme Joseph, was popular in the Sapele area of Delta State. Now he's popularly known as Semekolo. He was said to be an elder in the Winners Chapel, and then also he had a chain of businesses, mostly hotels. But he recently died at the hands of those who claimed to love him. According to those who knew him, Mr. Joseph was quite wealthy and was married to Mrs. Victoria Obuaguonor. Now, it wasn't stated the number of kids Mr. Joseph had, but with Miss Victoria, he had two sons, that is Godstime and his younger brother. Now, those who knew him attested to the fact that Mr. Joseph performed his duty as a good father. He went on to even put his sons in the private university, and they graduated last year from Covenant University. On the other hand, he was quite a good husband to Mrs. Victoria. Until said otherwise, not even his kids or any other person could say that he was beating his wife. He even went on to get her business of her own, that is a soft drink beverage depot. Now that's not all. It was added that they would enjoy the perks of going on vacations, to which his wife was recently in the US for a vacation. As young men, the boys had big dreams. One of them was into dancing and music, and the other wanted to go into football, to which he had won multiple awards as being a very good goalkeeper. And they obviously had the support of their parents, to which their father gave them each a car just to navigate around town easily. Honestly, this was indeed the kind of family many young people would pray to be born into. A well-to-do father, a mother who had her own business, parents who cared about them, the best of schools, literally the best of everything any young person would need to grow up in the right manner. But still, this was seemingly not enough. And this greed would lead to the death of Mr. Joseph. For a man of his level of wealth and caliber, Mr. Joseph had a lot of people flocking around him. Now, amongst the list are beautiful women. And although I do not support this in any way, he had a concubine, a side chick with whom he had a secret life and relationship with. This probably went on for months or even years without anyone noticing. Not until recently, when it was said that his sons caught their father in the act. As expected, it would hurt any child to see that, and they would have the choice to either tell their mom or advise their father to stop. But these boys had other plans. They threatened to expose their father to their mom if he didn't get them to keep short with ₦1 million. That's about $1,400. At the time, their mom was still in the US for a vacation while the boys oversaw their mom's business. Mr. Joseph obviously laughed it off and ignored his sons because he wouldn't take mere threats from them. Seeing that the time they had given their father to pay off the money had passed, they decided to take action. They called their mom and told her about it. This infuriated Mr. Joseph, who left his own business and went to his wife's business place where his sons were managing her business to confront them. This was obviously a wrong move, as he was welcomed with his sons insulting and embarrassing him at the business place, so he had to leave there. And he planned on what else he was going to do as a payback, so he decided to take away what he had gotten them, so they get to have a taste of their own venom. When they got home later that day, Mr. Joseph seized the keys to their cars, and this got the required reaction. The sons who were angry didn't leave it at that. Between the age of 20 to 26, these boys pounced on their father, assaulted him to the point that he needed help. And when he was able to call the police and they arrived there, they also assaulted the police, leaving one of the officers with a broken head. Now, all this was said to have been recorded as evidence. That is the embarrassment at the store and the attack at home. His sons were successfully overpowered and then arrested, and Mr. Joseph was sent to the hospital. Sadly, his condition became worse that he had to be transferred to a specialist at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital in Edo State. Now, things got so bad that Mr. Joseph was said to have gone into coma. It was said that his wife had to end her vacation and rush back down to Nigeria. Now, not because of her husband, but because of her sons. She wanted to make sure that he did not spend an extra day in the custody of the police. And that was exactly what she did when she first arrived. She bailed her sons and then forcefully took her husband away from the hospital back home, even against the advice of the doctors. According to sources, all efforts by business partners and relatives to find out where Mr. Joseph was proved futile. His wife had lied that he was taken to Lagos to a better hospital. Meanwhile, when they snuck around to find out where he really was, they discovered that he was taken back home. Unfortunately, because the care given to him at his home in secrecy wasn't enough, on the 26th of May 2023, Mr. Joseph succumbed to the injuries inflicted on him by his sons and the underlying illnesses that arose during his time being in coma. At the moment, many are demanding that his wife and his sons pay for having contributed to his demise. Like I said previously, this was not supposed to get out of hand. This has led to a whole family being damaged totally.